The year is 3000. You wake up from cryosleep on your way to Mars. Or maybe it's a simulated Mars on Earth. Maybe the real Earth no longer exists. What happened? Let's take a look at what the world would be like if you woke up in the year 3000. First off, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing for more great science videos. Now, the year 3000 is far enough into the future that we can safely assume that most things we're familiar with today will cease to exist. Take, for example, cash. All signs point to a future where money will be entirely digital. Physical cash will be as rare as a vinyl record. In fact, records are making a comeback now. But by the year 3000, they'll probably be extinct again. Speaking of extinction, the human race itself may not even exist anymore. Not to get too depressing, but humans as we know it are an evolutionary dead end. Our species has become so comfortable with technology doing all the hard work that natural selection has little to act on. However, humans have never been ones to just sit back and wait for Mother Nature. So here are two scenarios for what could happen to us. Humans have merged with machines. In this scenario, the world of the year 3000 belongs to the Borg, only not the evil space one. This Borg is made up of the merger between organic flesh and computer hardware. Picture a healthy human body hooked up to an artificial superintelligence through a neural implant. The intelligence uses its connection to the brain to enhance our mental acuity, allowing us to perceive the world around us in ways we never imagined. The implant allows us to interact with computers with nothing but our thoughts. Holograms and sensory feedback can be sent directly to our brains, blurring the line between what is real and what is imagined. We can even interface directly with other minds, making verbal and nonverbal communication obsolete. Machines do all the heavy lifting for us. With implants or perhaps complete prosthetics, we have overcome death itself. Our bodies, now cybernetic organisms, can be upgraded as needed. And since the Borg is friendly, there are no more wars or famine. Food is grown efficiently and sustainably, and the planet is maintained in perfect balance. There is no crime because everyone works together for the good of all. Humans have spread among the stars, colonizing multiple planets and moons. This Borg is everywhere, except instead of a hive mind, each individual is self-aware and acts according to their own will. It's every man for himself out there, and the strong will inherit the stars. However, assuming you are still human in the year 3000, there are plenty of changes to contend with. Your concept of time may be completely different. Maybe it's a fluid thing that people can adjust based on their needs. On the flip side, maybe time has become even more rigid, segmented into tiny fractions of a second to measure the efficiency of everything. You won't recognize your friends anymore. Genetic engineering will have eliminated all diseases and extended life expectancy to several hundred years. People will be able to decide how long they want to live. Death becomes a choice rather than a certainty. If someone does die, their consciousness can simply be transferred to another body. Since there are no longer any taboos about bodily autonomy, people will have enhanced themselves outside of genetic engineering as well. Maybe your friend decided to grow extra arms or webbed feet for swimming, or a third eye to hang out on a starship. Whatever the case, the old adage "you only live once" will have taken on a whole new meaning. But what about the world around you? Here are some possibilities. Earth doesn't exist anymore. Climate change has ravaged the planet. No surprise there. Floods, droughts, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and rising sea levels have reshaped the landscape dramatically. Some scientists believe that Earth could be uninhabitable by 2100. By 3000, there'd be nothing left but radioactive wastelands. Unless Earth is uninhabitable, you may not even need to leave the planet to experience life in the future. Cities will either be vertical or underground. With resources becoming increasingly scarce, the efficient use of land will become of paramount importance. Advanced automation will have replaced most jobs and traditional power structures will have collapsed. Society will be unrecognizable, organized around different values and principles. The wealth gap may have completely disappeared or widened to the point of no return. We colonized other planets. This is the optimistic scenario. Humanity has learned from the mistakes of the past and become a peaceful, prosperous species. The problem with this is that humans are a relatively new species. We've only been around for about 300,000 years. Most species on Earth have been around for millions of years. They have had eons to evolve and adapt to changing conditions. Humans have accomplished great things in just the last few centuries, but our greatest accomplishment isn't technology, it's survival. With the exception of the current administration, humans have proven that they can be remarkably short-sighted. If we continue down this path, we won't survive long enough to reach the year 3000. On the other hand, maybe we won't be around because we became immortal. Thanks to technology, we were able to eradicate death itself, but with it, all other problems ceased to matter. After all, who cares about overpopulation when no one is ever going to die? And who cares about pollution when no one is ever going to see a clean planet again? Immortality is a curse, not a blessing. It will be easy to transport yourself anywhere in the universe. Imagine sitting in your house and flicking a switch to teleport yourself to another dimension, planet, galaxy, or universe. You can visit friends or business associates instantaneously without having to deal with traffic or airport security. But how will we even get around our home planet? Cities will be car-free zones. Gone are the days of combustion engines and rocket ships. Instead, all transportation will be electric. Taxis will be autonomous pods driven by AI. Cars will be a thing of the past unless they are driverless. No one will need to drive them. However, anti-gravity is something we may develop in time for the year 3000. That would allow us to float around our cities or fly directly from one place to another. Traditional relationships will not exist. Remember how the Borg can interface with each other's minds? Well, neural interfaces will be common among humans as well. Think of it like a virtual reality headset, except it's permanent. You can access the internet with your thoughts and interact with others in cyberspace. You can have multiple personalities and avatars. You can be whoever you want to be. You can go anywhere you want to go. You can meet anyone you want to meet. If this sounds like a waste of time, just think of all the hours you spend on social media now. VR will be integrated into everyday life. Shopping, working, and socializing will all be done in virtual reality. People will design their own environments and avatars. Some will live out their fantasies in virtual worlds, while others will escape from their dystopian realities. So, what will we actually do for fun? If you thought video games were complicated now, just wait until the year 3000. Immersive entertainment will be the norm. You can explore exotic locations and participate in thrilling adventures from the comfort of your own home. You can also socialize with others in virtual environments. All of these changes raise a lot of questions. How will society function? Will there even be a society? Will humans still be in control of their own destiny? Or will they be slaves to their own creations? If AI does indeed take over, it could very well determine the fate of humanity. If AI is benevolent, then we can look forward to a future of peace and prosperity. If it's malevolent, then we may be doomed. Interstellar travel will also be possible by the year 3000, but it will require a tremendous amount of energy. If we can find a way to harness fusion power, then we can travel to nearby stars. We may even make contact with extraterrestrial life. However, this raises its own set of challenges. What if alien species are hostile? Will they view us as a threat to be eradicated or a resource to be exploited? Will we be able to defend ourselves against an advanced alien species? Or will we be wiped out before we even have a chance to say hello? There are many possibilities for what the world will be like in the year 3000. Will it be a utopia or a dystopia? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, it will be unlike anything we can imagine today. If you enjoyed this video, check out my video on what the world would be like if you woke up in the year 1800. Also, remember to subscribe. As always, thanks for watching.